Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. We should have a good one on tap here today. It's the Cardinals coming in at 8-6, going up against the Vikings, who come in at 1-14. So for the call of this week's 17 matchup, let's send it out to our broadcast team, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, first opened in 2006. Here's a look inside University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Arizona Cardinals. And they'll run it here. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu. Okay, Charles, the Vikings offensive starters, a former Ole Miss Rebel is a guy to watch, and that's Laquan Treadwell.
No doubt about it, and when you look at his speed, forget it. All right, just throw out that time stuff. Watch his play speed. He plays the game really fast and big and aggressively. They want to call him Megaquan. If he plays to that, he'll really help this Vikings team.
And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. And the 11 defensive starters for Arizona.
Patrick Peterson is almost an anomaly at cornerback. A big, thick, physical guy who can run with any receiver in the league.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. This is brought in at the 21. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
And that was textbook 3-4 defense. Normally the defensive line just eats up blocks. In this case, they ate up the blocks and still made the play against the running game. Really, really nice job.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Play clock winding down. Back to throw here. And that will be caught. Bones out of bounds, ruled incomplete here. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, lock 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, look at 56. Lock it.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And able to find John Brown. The 13 yards that time of the 1st.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
When Brian Orakpo was born, there was no doubt that with that name, he was going to be a defensive player and a good one. He knows how to get to quarterbacks.
Here we go.
They'll set up a throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Manti Te'o leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. These coaches told us they wanted to take the top off this defense. They wanted to be able to stretch them downfield. They showed it pretty well there.
And they knew that if they were able to do that, it would open up everything else. But how did they truly get it done? Practice in the previous week, making sure they had a plan, fine-tuned before they put it into effect in the game.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Room here to run. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit. But for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This will be taken short. Fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And now out comes Minnesota. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
Let's go. Tiger. Tiger.
Second down, Bridgewater. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And the offense needs 7 out of this play on third down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Bridgewater from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, and that brings up fourth down. The Vikings send out their punter. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Watch it now, Barney. Here we go. 3, 19. Gun. No. Check. Patriot.
On play action, they'll throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough Just bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Defense has to stand tall here, 3rd and 1.
Let's go.
They're going to look to throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Let's go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Underneath for Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 18 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for an Arizona first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push him back more. They'll look to throw here. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
All right, here we go. 3, 19.
Back to throw now on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Set. 3, 19.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Haloti coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Way back at the 19 now. What do they have here on 3rd and goal? He'll look to throw. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Ooh, I like it.
And Catanzaro's kick is right through. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Let's go.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. And Rudolph has it left side. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Let's go. 180.
Little motion now from the tight end. Now they try the right side here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 16 on the pickup, and it'll be a Minnesota first down.
When you've got a big guy like that in your backfield who runs as a big man and breaks tackles, it is paramount for a defense to have extra defenders in his vicinity at all times. Because you got to figure he's going to break through the first guy. You're going to need tacklers 2, 3, 4 in order to get him down. Because if you don't, he can continue to run and run it really, really well.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. 7th round pick. Julian Edelman just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who can make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
And this is caught. It's Edelman. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. And he'll give it here to his running back. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, if you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling defense so far. So they've got to start finding a way to unlock them as this game goes on.
So out now come the Cardinals. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Trying to lay a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Bridgewater finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to make it 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down, brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals offense here ready to take over. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Green 39.
They begin the drive with Johnson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now let's go. Blue landing. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. J.J. Nelson, 76 yards. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Throwing, Bridgewater. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Fresh set of downs here. They come up in an offset eye. Bridgewater now from the 50. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2.
Let's go. Hey.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards on the pickup, and that leads to a Minnesota first down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from the desert after this. But an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Bridgewater on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And an alley to run. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And they will score. It's a pick six. seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
And the lead will grow by one more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Robert Kimdichie in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. A second down throw for Bridgewater. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time. And it'll bring up third down. Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. Third and long for Bridgewater. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They'll look to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Myles Jack can just flat out cover. Doesn't matter who's out there. And he can do it really well in man. How about what he just did there in zone, though? Eyes in the right place. Saw where the ball was going, reacted appropriately, and knocked it away.
Out of the gun now on third down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. That'll bring up second down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. A second down throw for Bridgewater. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
On third down, Bridgewater. And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. And finding Edelman underneath, that's a recipe for success.
Typical route for a good slot receiver, and Edelman's one of the best in the game. Knows how to go inside what one of my college coaches used to call the briar patch. Got to go in there where it's tough and make those tough catches. And not only can he do it, he can often run away from people after the catch.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. 5 wides in the game, 4 of them to the right side. A first down throw for Bridgewater. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drive.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. On second down, Bridgewater again. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Well, they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on third down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll throw again. Bridgewater to the right side, and he's got Edelman. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left. So, and Larry apparently very brief in his report. Thanks anyway, my man, as we're already set for action. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustment. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cardinals. J.J. Nelson, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. And he'll bang that one through. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. And that is incomplete here. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Third down and 4. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Bridgewater to throw it. And finding Fedorowicz. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
And now a first down following that long gain. Bridgewater now from the 50. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Cardinals capitalize on the fumble as they turn it into 6. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you. And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
Trying to force it into Edelman there, and that'll bring up second down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion. A second down throw for Bridgewater. And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. 3rd and short yardage, Bridgewater. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. 4th down, they're going. Bridgewater. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. That one and good for 10 yards. And they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. And that's what you've got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those 4th down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Tackle made there by Haloti Ngata.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They come out here in the eye. They go to Johnson again. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
7 yards remaining here on 3rd down. They'll come out in the pistol. Back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And now out comes Minnesota. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Michael Pruitt, the big tight end, is intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And complete, right side to tight end Rudolph. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, they do snap it to Bridgewater. The throw left side complete to Treadwell. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Now it's 10th carry for Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
second down, Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
Hurry up, here we go. Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Man, just couldn't hang on to the slant. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. And tough starting field position here. Back near the goal line. And he's going to go down for a 4th time today, and this time the result is a safety. Well, this O-line, they've had trouble with a pass rush all game long. This time it cost them 2 points.
I mean, you've got a quarterback back there who's running for his life, and he's had no time to throw the football. They've sacked him time and again, and this time they do it in the end zone.
You said it, partner. No time, none whatsoever. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now back to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Third down and 3.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. All right, now, look at 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. It's caught. Nelson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put our big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The 15 yards there on the catch and run. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Second down following the run. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Again, it's Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Manti Te'o. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. To throw is Bridgewater. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Kyle Rudolph doing his job and making another nice catch. Come on, it's the month of December. You knew he was going to be there, right?
I knew you were going to go there. Throwing is Bridgewater. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be 2nd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Get ready! White 90! Tiger!
Slot man moves right. Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
And he'll be out of bounds. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down.
Now let's go! 3, 9, 10!
They'll set up a throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've had to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
8 yards to go here on 2nd down.
We got 3. We got 3.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Screen play, Johnson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
Hurry up, here we go.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Called it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position, help out your team.
And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. Here's Jacob Shum now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be Viking football here as they take possession. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On the crossing route, that's caught. Julian Edelman. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it is third down now, but less than a yard to go.
Let's go.
Kyle Rudolph, the tight end, in motion.
Hey, alert three.
On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater. That's caught by Treadwell. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, not it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
Tiger.
First down, Bridgewater. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell, and that'll bring up second down.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away. As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
5 receivers in the game, 4 of them to the left side.
Tiger. Under 10.
The slot man in motion right. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The tight end in motion right. Second down, Bridgewater. Backing up. And my goodness, another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
They win game number 9, which was their target number in the final game of the year.
And for some teams, that's the best thing that they can do. Achieve their goals. Everyone always talks